This video is for the reading part of the test. That will happen on Wednesday and Thursday, March 6th and March 7th. So be prepared on Wednesday to read this Gemara. There'll be two short segments I want you to read. I'll show you exactly where it is. The first is on Daf Chet Amabet, starting with Tanu Rabbanan. It's around 10 lines on the bottom. Right over here, Tanu Rabbanan. When the two Gabe'im are collecting tzedakah, they're not allowed to separate one from the other. They can be in the same area, one at the gates and one at the stall, where they sold the stuff, the chanut, the store, but they're within eye shot of each other. And that is not that we don't trust them, but one of the people shouldn't talk and say, "Oh, that guy's doing it alone," and who knows what he's doing with the money. Therefore, if the guy bites tzedakah, finds money, on the ground in the shuk someplace, like your neighbor talk himself, shouldn't, even though he's allowed to take it, it's his, because the Baal already, the owner already said Yeyush has given up. He should not put it into his pocket. He should put it into the tzedakah's pushka. And then when he comes home, he can take it out and put it in his own wallet. Again, we don't want people on the outside looking, look at this guy's doing, stealing money. Okay, I'll say about similarly. If the Gabayt Tzedakah, whose name is Reuven, had lent his friend Shimon 100 shekel, and then Shimon pays the back in the shuk in public place. Reuven shouldn't put it into his pocket, even though it's his money 100%. But rather, he should put it into the pushka. And when he comes home, he can put it in his own pocket again, so people will not go ahead and start saying all sorts of bad things about him. Tanu Rabbanan, we learned in the Brayta. If they have, at the end of the day, they have leftover money. Remember, these are like small amounts of money that we give them, and they're made of copper. And normally you want to keep your money not with copper, you want to make it either gold or silver, and therefore you go to the banker and you exchange the money. And so the banker will give you whatever the going rate was. Let somebody else do the exchange of the money. Don't do it yourself. In other words, don't go ahead and take a gold or silver coin that you have and start making the change, because people are going to say, "Well, you're cheating. You're not giving a good rate to the stuck people." If you're one of the gabeim, the soup kitchen, at the end of the day, there are a couple of chickens left over, and they would sell it and then take the money and put it in the kupa for the next day. They should sell it to other people, and they should not go ahead. They should not sell it to themselves and buy the chicken for dinner, because people are going to say, "Look, it's got a good price." Whenever you count the Moshe Tzedakah, don't do it two at a time, but one at a time, so nobody has any questions. That is the first part I want you now to read. Next part is on Daf Tet Amud Aleph. We have the story of the butchers. Okay, here we go. We are, how many lines on the top? Right over here. Hanu Beitrei, the fourth line. Hanu Beitrei Tabachi. There were two tabachim, two butchers. They made a deal, one with the other. If anybody works on the other guy's day, they divided up the week. One guy said, "I'm working Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday." The other guy says, "I'm working Monday, Wednesday, and Friday." And this was done to avoid competition. It was not necessarily at all to benefit the townspeople. But if anybody would break the deal and work on the other guy's day, the other guy would have permission to come to rip the hides that he had, whatever, caused him loss of money. One of them went, and he worked on this chaver's day, on his friend's day. He broke the deal. The guy comes and he ruins his hides. Also, he brought him in front of Rava Pitinzari. He wanted to get payment for his hides, even though he admitted that he made the deal. Rava said, "You gotta pay up." We learned in the previous Amud, we learned in Daf Chet Amud Aleph, and I should even show it to you through the magic Chet Amud Bet. I'm sorry, that one of the things that the townspeople can do is Lahatzia al Kitzatan, and they can go ahead and they could pass all sorts of fines if people does this, people does that, even though nothing to do with Torah law. They had that ability to create certain norms within the community. So these guys also, they created this norm within the community. And so why did Rava refuse to go ahead and to honor the deal. So, Eser Rav Yemer B'Shalom Yil Rava. So Rav Yemer B'Shalom Es Rava. Let's see Aki Satan. So we just learned that people can cut deals and they have to be honored. Lo Hadalei Rava. Rava didn't bother answering the question. Rapapa said Shapir Avad Lo Hadalei Mitim. Rava was right that he didn't answer anything because it was not a good question. Hani Mili, when do we say this halacha that the townspeople can go ahead and start making all sorts of deals for illegal parking, illegal this, and they can't do this, they can't do that? When there's no other authority person in the city, and therefore they, as townspeople, get together and create norms. But if there's an authority person in the city, love called community master. You can't just go ahead and make all sorts of private deals that are going to be enforceable in a court of law. And again, Rava was against this deal because this deal was not good for competition. He never would have approved it, that they should have this deal of work, each one not working on the other one's day. And therefore, he felt that the deal was valid. Okay, that's a must. If you want extra credit, you can continue reading. So I'll do it right now. Tanur Rabbanan, we learned in the Braita. You don't go ahead and start looking over the guy's shoulder, shoulder, see what he's doing for every penny. And similarly, the Gizbar of Hegdesh, look over his shoulder and say, what did you do with the money came in on accounting? Even though we don't have a very strong proof that this should be like this, we do find sort of like a hint to this idea in Melachim Bet Shana when it comes there to the Bet HaKabaya, which was money given for Shiputzim at the Beit HaMikdash and to keep everything up to date, etc., etc. The pasuk says, "V'lo yachshavu ata anashim asher yadu ata kasav hayadam lotei losei amlacha ki ve'emunah mosem." You shouldn't go ahead and ask for a whole cheshbon, a whole computer printout every penny. Ki ve'emunah mosem. They have to be doing it. You have to trust them. And Amar Velazar. Even if someone has a treasurer that can be trusted in his house, still you should go ahead and unbundle money and you should count it in front of him. Because the same pasuk it says that they went ahead and they opened up the bundle of money and they counted it. That we check for mizonot. Somebody comes for food, we ask what's going on over here, we check them out, but it comes for clothing, we give them right away. Iba, it's a makra, either I'll tell you it's from pasuk, iba, it's a masfara, I'll tell you it's from logic. Iba, it's a masfara, I'll tell you the logic first. I come bavase, but I look on bavase. Guy is in clothing, he's degrading himself, he must be truthful. The guy is in mizonot, he's not degrading himself, maybe he's a liar and just an basar. Iba ite makra. If you want, I'll give you a pasuk. And a pasuk will say for Yeshayahu, "Halo peros lara'av lachmecha." So this word peros means to give out to ra'ev. Peros lara'ev lachmecha. Give out to the hungry person your lechem. The sinkshiv. So therefore, it's actually written with a samach, but the samach and the sin can be interchangeable, and therefore perosh can also be understood as perosh, which means to explain and get the details. First, get the details for Hadar, then Havle, and then give him the mizanot. So he applies a hint for it in pasuk. V'hatam kiv in the very same pasuk it says kitira aram. If you see someone that's unclothed, v'chisita, you should provide clothing for him. Kitira, when the second you see him, la'alter, you have to give him clothing right away. Rabbi Yehuda Amar is just the opposite. But gil l'chsut ve'im b'gil mizanot. Someone comes for clothing, we ask a lot of questions, comes with mizonot, give it to him. Iba is a masfara. If you want, I'll tell you logically why it should be there that. Iba it's a makra, I'll tell you why it should be like that for the pasuk. Iba it's a masfara. If you want, I'll give you logic. How come it's sa'arle? The guy that has mizonos is it sa'ar? He's starving. Can't go ahead and start making phone calls to try to check him out, give him food. But I look at sa'arle. The guy doesn't have enough clothing. Normal situation, he's not bitzar yet. It's uncomfortable. It's embarrassing, but he can wait a couple of hours in order for us to check out the situation. Iba is a makra. If you want, I'll take it from the pasuk. Hakativ. When it comes to mizonot, it says halo pros l'ra'ev lachmecha. Pros later. You should give out to the ra'ev, the hungry person, your lechem. Pros later, give it out right away. In the way that that we read the pasuk with the samach at the end, not the way Rav Huna wanted to do it with the shin and do that fancy thing. But when it comes to the unclothed, what does it says? Ki tireh aram v'chisita. Okay, when you see the aram, you should give him clothing. Well, how does he understand ki tireh? K'shirelecha, when it seems appropriate for you. Not the second you see him, but you have to go ahead and do some investigation. And then if he checks it out, then you go ahead and then you clothe him. Have a great day, everybody.